Yo, it's your Code D INFA the Kid, y'all. Welcome back to the Infrastructure Show. Man, y'all already know what I'm about to say. I appreciate y'all time, and y'all could have been anywhere else in the world doing some other shit, but y'all here with me, and I appreciate that. Y'all like, INFA, who is that? Y'all know I'm going to tell y'all who it is. Just sit back and relax. Let it do what it do. I'm about to tell you who that is. But first, I had to finish thanking y'all for coming out to chill, taking time to check out the Infrastructure Show. Now, today, today, we're going to talk about fathers, or the lack thereof, to be exact about what the hell we talking about, the lack thereof. We talking about fathers being absentee, ain't doing their job, just ain't in a role in their kids' life the way they supposed to be. That's what the whole topic is of the day. We're going to keep touching on it. We're going to touch on some things, but you know we're not going to come to you with a problem without ending up with some type of solution. So if you want the solution, if you a single mama out there, or if you a deadbeat dad, or if you a real dad that knows some deadbeat dads, man, you got to stick around for the resolution. Now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to who this is. Now, this is the Code D SKEETO that came out to bless us. He's a father, among many other things, but he came out to chop it up with me and just shed some light on this problem that we have in, and not just in the black community, in the world. It's deadbeat fathers of all walks and races. So we ain't just talking about the black community. We talking about fathers in general. Kids in general without no daddy in general. But first, before we get off into that, let me properly introduce my man, SKEETO, the Code D. Man, I appreciate you coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for your time in advance. Now, I'm going to let him tell y'all a little bit about himself so y'all can just be a little bit more familiar with the Code D when he get to giving his input and his dialogue on what we got going here, man. Tell him a little bit about yourself.
Peace. I'm SKEETO, man. Listen, I'm a father of 4. And I got 3 boys and 1 girl. This father thing, man, for me, it's a blessing. You know, some people have kids by mistake. I'm gonna tell you something a little different. I prayed for each child that I got, all 4 of them.
A word?
That's right. And I got them. I got them exactly how I prayed for them. And I was praying for these kids. Praying to have these kids before I was even able to make a kid, and I'm telling you, I'm trying to give you something different. That was my faith and my belief in God that that did that. And
that's definitely a different spin on that.
Yeah, I figured it would be. I mean, I felt INFA wasn't even gonna he wasn't even gonna be ready for that one.
Man, no, I wasn't ready for that one. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. He caught your Code D slipping. Now, before we get in, because as y'all see, he coming from a whole different spin on that, and that's what we do here. We give it to you from all angles. Now, before we get there, we just gonna, again, just state the problem. Now, what we talking about is the lack of participation, whether it's financially, emotionally, socially, whatever the case may be. Y'all know what I'm talking about when you ain't doing your damn job. That's what we talking about. Now, he's saying, the Code D, he's saying that, he prayed for his. Now, he gonna tell you more about that. But before we get there, what we gonna do is we gonna just, address the issue straight on. Now, we got fathers. These are some of the things that we're talking about. And it ain't just about money, because really your kid going to appreciate that quality time more than he going to appreciate you dropping off bread to him. Now, it is fathers every day that just drop that check. They dropping that check. Every week, that child support check drop, but he ain't doing nothing else. It's more than just the money. So just because you making your child support payment don't mean you excluded from this conversation. Now, if you spending all the time with your kids, but then you can't, when they need things, you can't provide that way, you still need to get on your Charlie hustle too, as well. So ain't nobody exempt from this conversation before we even get there. So now, if you making promises to your kids, you're going to be there, you're going to do X, Y, Z, you ain't showing up, we talking about you. If you ain't seeing your kid in 6, 7, 8 months, and the baby mama or your ex-wife or whoever she may be, the mother ain't even in the way. You just doing some other shit. If you one of them, we talking to you. Now, SKEETO. Now,
What up?
Now, from what we just said, man, do you concur, man? You know what I'm saying? These fathers is making these false promises, man, to the kids. They ain't being there emotionally for them, telling them things, you know, because when you tell a kid something, they remember what the fuck you said. They remember what you said better than what you could ever say or clean your room or nothing, but they remember what you said.
Well, that's the biggest problem with this this latest generation of kids that we dealing with. All of the violence, the corruption. There's no guidance, and it takes both parents, the mother and the father, to guide a child properly and raise a child properly, because they need that balance.
I concur.
Now, the imbalance is what's causing a lot of the corruption. These kids, they're being guided by the streets. They're being guided by their best friends.
Right.
Yeah, they're being guided by whoever is actually, you know, speaking to them on a day-to-day basis. So if you really want your children to be guided right, you want to be there. You want to be the one that guide them.
You definitely, I concur with that. You definitely want to be the one guiding them, because somebody's going to guide them, regardless of the fact they must be guided. So the question is it going to be the right guidance or the wrong guidance? And and right now, obviously, the way it's looking out here, man, we got the wrong guidance, man. We got a lot of these new cats for the generation, man, with the masculinization issue, man, where they dressing like females, and that's just to touch on one thing. You know, everything is just drugs and, you know, popping Molly and Xans and perks, and everything else just destructive behavior and a destructive mindset, which is creating a destructive culture. It's just this mass loop of dysfunction.
Yeah. And here's where this situation gets touchy at. Being a father, you really have to pay attention to what's going on in your children's life.
Yes.
You got little girls growing up in anybody else's home but the right home, because the father is not there. The fathers are absent. Most of the fathers are absent.
Most.
And going house to house, you don't know who in them houses is, you know, guiding your children. You don't know who around them, and you don't know what they dealing with.
And that's real. That's real. That's real as it get. Because you don't know. You don't know. Like, you just leave your kids with your baby mama. You don't go check on them or nothing. You don't know what's going on in there. You don't know what kind of man they around, or if they might be around two women. You don't know what the situation is, period, point blank. You can't fight what you can't see, and you can't really assess that. But this is what we going to do. We going to go ahead and take a spin. Now, remember I told y'all we had the contest winner. I told y'all last time on the 1K Fat Show that I was going to go ahead and play the spin for my contest winner from the contest that I told y'all about, where y'all send in y'all best music and y'all get some studio time and y'all get an interview. So my co-D, P.L.U.G, he couldn't be here in person today because he's out of town. But we still going to show love and push through. We going to spin his music. He is the contest winner, so we're going to schedule his interview, so you will definitely see him. But we're going to show him love and just spin a tune for him. Then we're going to get back to these deadbeat fathers. So, without further ado, show love, y'all, to the contest winner, the co-D, P.L.U.G, and his cut, The Speed of Life. It's your co-D in for the kid, the Infrastructure Show. Stay plugged in.
Already.
The art of death at the speed of life. The bread you get is from the dough that you need in life. Strength of your soul only grow when you feed it right. When they decide you don't need a life, they'll leave you with a grieving wife. At the speed of life, the bread you get decide you don't need a life, they'll leave you with a grieving wife. Death at the speed of life. Black lungs, but the weed is nice. STDs breathe through the seed of life. Suffocated by the smoke, blinded by the fog, ducking bullets sent to readdress my residence to the morgue. The weight of the world on my back, on my stomach with my face in the mud. Strength of surviving slaves in my blood. We target practice for the police, it's just us in these rough streets. Blast back when they flash heat. No justice, no peace. Trapped by the old beasts in these stressful times. I speak the truth, these niggas press to rhyme. Small number of the population really see, the rest is blind. But I'll be free till my resting time. They blast me, no regrets, it was just my time. Some will listen to my lyrics and they'll say I'm very evil, but I'm a revolutionary, necessary evil. All the death at the speed of life. The bread you get is from the dough that you need in life. Strength of your soul only grow when you feed it right. When they decide you don't need a life, they'll leave you with a grieving wife. At the speed of life, the bread you get is from the dough that you need in life. Strength of your soul only grow when you feed it right. When they decide you don't need a life, they'll leave you with a grieving wife. Worse than a physical death. Walking shell on the streets, 3/4 of life left in his physical breath. Type of nigga that'll kill your mom and bomb your dad. Comfort you between screams, and they were all I had. Infinite wisdom. What's worse, the nigga or the system? Who's wrong, Judaism, Muslim, or Christian? Apocalypse has arisen. Your time here is given. Or strays from AKs easily takes away the last crime and pain in these final times and days. Will prophecies ring true at the end of the maze? I got ills, niggas got weed and pills. Do you know the state of your soul when you're breathing stills? The mirror man, another enemy. Fake friends and enemies saying I'm cold, I'm just trying to save my soul. My age young, my mind say I'm old. The divine script writer assigned Kate my role. All the death at the speed of life. The bread you get is from the dough that you need in life. Strength of your soul only grow when you feed it right. When they decide you don't need a life, they'll leave you with a grieving wife. At the speed of life, the bread you get is from the dough that you need in life. Strength of your soul only grow when you feed it right. When they decide you don't need a life, they'll leave you with a grieving wife. Respect was lost and earned, you lost your turn at redemption. While on my lawn your cross is burned. Cage me, say that I'm savage, savage.
Welcome back to the Infrastructure Show, y'all. It's your Code D, INFA the Kid, the Code D SKEETO.
Yep.
And we kicking it around, man. We talking about the deadbeat daddies of the world. Not the hood, not the town, not the state, the world. It's a deadbeat daddy in China somewhere right now. He ain't taking care of his business somewhere. There's always a couple. Always a couple somewhere. So now what we was talking about before the spin by the Cody Kayla Ron, The Speed of Life, that was nice too. I'm glad y'all enjoyed that because I did. The first time I heard it, I was just lit. So, but before we took that great spin, we were talking about the deadbeat dads and some of the things that they weren't doing. We talked about the lack of guidance. They're not there to guide their children. Now, there are a couple other focal points that we feel are valid as well. One, the lack of education. One, because they ain't going. You can't learn something if you ain't there. And the people behind them, they're supposed to motivate them, aren't there. So see how the lack of guidance ties into the lack of education? Because ain't nobody pushing for it. Everybody hated going to school when they was a kid. But what happened? Your mama or your daddy or your daddy put their foot in your ass, man, take your ass to school before I beat your ass. That's how it was.
I think we can add the lack of communication along with the lack of education.
I concur. All that's tying in together. So as far as education, man, like, what do you think is contributing to the lack thereof for the educations?
Well, the biggest problem for a lot of dads in the urban community is prison. I done been to prison twice doing stretches. And although I did 8 years in the state the first time, I spent 4.5 years in society after them 8 years before I did 10 and a half in the feds.
So it was a gap on that.
Now, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, but guess what?
What up?
I was still being a father, and it can happen. If I could do it, I mean, the rest of these guys, when they go to prison, they can still be a father too. I don't understand how you can be behind bars and not think about your kids. I know a lot of times the mothers, they don't want to hear from the fathers. That's a big problem. But see, that's something that you did to yourself. When I went to prison, I mean, I didn't leave on a bad note where my baby mama wasn't going to try to communicate with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just because you go to prison don't mean that you have to be hated by the loved ones, by your baby mama, by your kids, and don't mean that you have to hate them.
That's real. That's real shit.
In my defense, and all the real fathers that's been locked up or that's locked up right now, I say whatever lines of communication that you have with your children and their mom, I say that you use them.
Hell yeah. You got to.
Yeah, don't take that for granted, man. You got to use those lines of communication because them kids need you, man. They need to learn from you, and you can teach them a whole lot from prison. I done did it.
See, there y'all go. Now right there, he just gave it to y'all, and he done touched on the fathers that's even incarcerated or currently incarcerated or was. That still don't negate your responsibility. He telling you he manned up and still did what he had to do from behind bars. These cats is on the street and can't do that on the street. Ain't no bars in between them. Ain't nothing but air.
That's real.
And they can't do that.
I got twin boys that's 28 years old, no felonies.
Nada.
I got a daughter that's 25. She's a nurse, no felonies.
Nada.
I got a 22-year-old, no felonies.
Nada.
Been to college.
Ooh.
Full ride for soccer.
Check that. Check that out. See? It works. It works. Living proof that it can be done. Now see how all this dysfunction just ties together, because see, it's another issue, fellas, that y'all ain't thinking about, man, the molestation. Now, I could speak for my personal accounts with women that I've dealt with. A lot of women that I've dealt with has said to me that they've been sexually molested to some degree at some point in their life. Some type of, I'm not saying just straight full-blown rape. I'm saying some type of sexual misconduct, pedophilia, so we ain't getting this shit mistaken. They were children. Pedophilia, you dirty bastards, is what I'm talking about, where they were inappropriately touched by somebody that was older than them, or supposed to be their caretaker or trustee, or supposed to be their babysitter, or someone that was supposed to protect them, have violated them. That's another aspect of the game, fellas, that you ain't thinking about.
Right, and that comes from lack of communication with your children. Sometimes kids, they be crying out to their parents or whoever they feel is close enough to speak to about these things, and they try to tell you.
They sure do. They sure do, but you ain't listening to them, or maybe even worse is that you don't have that communication line going to where they don't feel comfortable coming to you, because they think you're going to be mad at them, because whoever done touched them dirty, manipulative bastards done told your kid that you're going to be mad at them. And like the last time they seen you, you've been screaming at them, and then y'all ain't got that bond the way y'all supposed to, so they ain't feeling comfortable. And you need that, especially with them girls.
That's
especially
right.
When you got them daughters.
That's right. I know for a fact my daughter would have come to me and told me, she would have said something to me about somebody trying to touch her inappropriately as a child.
You dig? Mine too. So see how all this dysfunction, see how fathers where you fall off, everything falls behind you, man, because the man is supposed to hold that down, man. You supposed to hold that down, and I ain't saying you got to be with the woman to hold it down, but you forever with your kids, and that's the part that y'all failing to realize, man, because some of y'all is just in y'all feelings about the woman, and you leveraging your kids as the mortgage for your feelings. Man up and be a man. If that's the case, man, get about y'all feelings and do what y'all supposed to do. Now, we're going to go ahead and take one more spin, and we're going to come back with some solutions, man. Try to get y'all some infrastructure, man, for like the deadbeats, or if you a single mom and of a deadbeat, then you could take this game back to him some kind of way. But we trying to pass out game here, man, and try to right this ship, man, because this is some trash out here right now as far as these fathers and these kids, man. And you see it on TV all the time about where we are versus where we come. So our children are going in the wrong direction. So we're going to go ahead and take one more spin from my contest winner, the Code D, Kayla Ron. This cut is called Hatin'. Stay plugged in. It's your Code D in for the kid, the Code D SKEETO. We be right back.
Already.
You gotta watch them. They watching you. Haters can tippy-toe in or kick your door in. Wanna close your party down, keep your Remy corks in. Beneath the issue, these be the cats that eat with you, that weep with you. On the run, keep it discreet with you. At a designated site, call and meet with you. On the city bus, make share the same seat with you. Fake tears in the tissue when the heat hit you. A minute ago, rolled and blew the leaf with you. He said that grease the only thing that you could keep with you, knowing it was the last time he would speak with you. One of the 7 deadly sins, 7 layers of skin, 7 layers of hell. Let the prayers begin. Bank account opens and watch the haters come in. Stressed out and playing to win, drowning acres of gin. Heaters and coolers, Caesar and Brutus, Jesus and Judas, Holocaust of Germans and Jewish. I'm seeing through it. Haters can't touch what haters can't feel. So since haters can't feel it, haters ain't real. Haters can't feel what haters can't touch. So since haters can't touch me, haters ain't much. Haters can't touch what haters can't see. I'm that nigga you haters can't be. You can't duplicate me. You can't duplicate me. Can't see me.
Welcome to my world, striking poses, slamming Cadillac doors on hoes and breaking niggas' noses. Nigga know this, I'ma show out every time I show up. Niggas talking shit, the motherfuckers better hold up. It's for them dudes, they be acting so dumb. I hit them with the gun to show where I'm coming from. City of back is where I pack that mini Mac to your back with your bitch in my lap. Now tell me how you love that. I know this your bitch. I was gonna give her back to you, faggot ass nigga. Now look at you. Bitch, pull the fuck off. Fuck out of here. Same nigga, 47 killer with them same niggas, scratching for that Skrilla. These motherfucking soldiers will fold ya. I thought I told ya, you're sleepy now, it was nice to know ya. My deep south dudes, they don't fuck around. They show me all type of love when I come in town, nigga frown. Show me a dude that can fuck with me for real, when I would murder him on beneath track and send him the bill when I will.
Haters can't touch what haters can't feel. So since haters can't feel it, haters ain't real. Haters can't feel what haters can't touch. So since haters can't touch me, haters ain't much. Haters can't touch what haters can't see. I'm that nigga you haters can't be. You can't duplicate me. You can't duplicate me. This is for the dancers that be popping and locking, and niggas setting up and breaking down shop on the block. And cats is sea walking, and niggas in East Boston. Rest in peace to the dead and gone to sleep in the coffin. You haters that took the plea bargains, many haters they rest in the seat for speed talking. Change your ways in a time where a change pays. In a place where the pain stays, many haters they blaze strays. I know chemically altered haters with strange ways of financially minded. Player can stay paid, but that fraudulent female will lead you to your grave. It's many niggas dying from age of my age, and simply I look into your eyes and feel sympathy. No mystery that brought you sleeping with your worst enemy. A hater is a hater, fuck 'em, I don't feel 'em. I spot 'em and kill snakes cause I'm vicious with venom. Haters can't touch what haters can't feel. So since haters can't feel it, haters ain't real. Haters can't feel what haters can't touch. So since haters can't touch me, haters ain't much.
Yo, it's your Code D in for the kid, y'all. Welcome back to the Infrastructure Show. I'm here with the Code D SKEETO. Y'all already know.
Yep.
He been saying some articulate things, man, and we just been vibing, man, about these deadbeat father situation. And we ain't just talking about money. We talking about time, too. So we already outlined it. If y'all missed the whole outline, man, y'all going to have to go back to the beginning of the show, man, and go ahead and just get caught up, though. But we going to come back for the resolution piece. Now, we done talked about it. Now, we ain't going to just give y'all no problem, and we don't come with no resolution. So I'm going to go ahead and kick off, and the Code D gonna go ahead and back me up as he been doing the whole time, and we appreciate him again. Now, so this is what I'm thinking. First of all, accountability. Fathers need to hold other fathers accountable, because see, this the crazy part about it is that you will see a deadbeat father hanging with his homeboy, and his homeboy take care of his kids. But then you would ask the homeboy that's a good father, hey, man, I can't tell him about his, man. Y'all supposed to be brothers, right? Am I my brother's keeper? Hell yeah. You supposed to be. If you see that yo homeboy being a deadbeat, man, and you can see it in his kids, man, you can just see that infectious rhetoric in his life just going, or just events in like his life, then if you ain't pulling his coat, then you ain't his homeboy. You taking care of your kids, he ain't take care of his. If you rolling with a deadbeat dad, I mean, you ain't guilty because you take care of yours, but I mean, damn, that's a bad association. So that's the first thing I think that need to happen, SKEETO, man, is fathers need to hold fathers accountable, and fathers hold themselves accountable.
Well, first of all, I would like to say my heart goes out to all the fatherless kids in this world. I'm dead serious about mine, and you know, if you dead serious about your children, then I got a lot of respect for you.
Likewise.
But like INFA said, man, we do have to hold each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? And I say the best way to do that is lead by example. You know,
right?
Yeah, the same way that we take and show everybody, you know, when God do something for us, and we say, you know, thank God. You know what I'm saying? You know, give God all the praise. We ain't got to give man no praise, but we can say, you know, that brother over there, he's a damn good father.
He doing his one too.
There you go. When they doing a good job, man, let the world know that they doing a good job, and that's where we leading by example at.
Right. I concur. So see, we saying the same thing. If we can bash you, you got to be the same brother that can congratulate as well. So I believe that as well. And that's the first step is self accountability by the fathers and group accountability by the other fathers, because it gotta be that way. You gotta be held accountable because you made them babies, whether you intended to or not. You made them. They here. It's your job. Do it. And then that'll just piggyback. See, now you can reverse that spiral of negativity and make it into positive. Then I bet you when you start doing that by your kids, when you tell them to go to school, they're going to be a little more apt to listen to you, because they know that you took that time and you believing in them, and you got that faith in them, and you got that rapport, because kids don't want to fail their father. Even if they do, like, it hurts them to let their daddy down. And mama too, but we talking about daddies right now.
Well, first of all, when I was on my way here, I called INFA, and he told me he was at his daughter's baseball game. That tell you something about him right there.
Right.
A lot of kids is at, you know, they games, and they be looking in the bleachers like, where's my daddy? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of these kids got their daddies in the bleachers, but a whole lot of them don't. And that's a sad thing, man. That is a sad place for a child, man. You know, before I went to the Fed pen, man, my youngest son, he played football and basketball. Man, I was in and off of flights and in and out of town, man, just trying to make sure I made it. I made it to every game, man, before I went to prison.
Now that's real. Now y'all heard what the man just said. If it's important to his kids, it's important to him. That's another thing. Another thing, man. I salute.
But guess what? at the same time, my twin boys was playing basketball too. I'm at all their games. You know what I'm saying? I was catching speeding tickets, man, trying to get from one game to the next. And we ain't gonna forget about my daughter. She was in model and talent school at the same time.
See?
And I had to pick all of them up. I had to drop them all off and pick them all up. I was doing this by myself. And their mama was there, but I had spent so much time in prison before this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that I was trying to make up for the lost time. I couldn't do that. But what I could do was give her a rest and pick these kids up and drop them off. I could do that in between jobs.
And have some accountability, man. Exactly. He held himself accountable. He said, not because I've been away, but just now that I'm no longer away, then I got to do my part to make the dream pop. See, that's the attitude. That's the mantra or the drip. They told me swag played out now. So it's drip. So that's the drip that y'all need to be dripping with. See what I'm saying? Self-accountability as well. And then that's also going to go back to that conversation about your kids being violated, and then they'll know that can't nobody tell them nothing because my daddy taught me how to have pride, and we got that rapport with my daddy that we there to where if you try to do something to me, I'll tell my daddy it's off with your head. That's what my kids know. It's off with your head.
I gotta say this too. Although my children, all 4 of them are grown, I'm still raising them. I'm still here as a father because they need my guidance along the way, even grown. I mean,
as a life coach.
Yeah, they got a generation of kids that they raising right now. So some of the things that I did miss, you know what I'm saying, I can kind of like coach them with helping raise their children as well, my grandkids.
Right. See, and that's what grandfathers do. See, now, I want y'all to think about this. One, that's what grandfathers do, Skeeto, so I salute you again on that. Now, just think about how it could just keep going to where if you was a deadbeat father, then you by default, you a deadbeat grandfather. Now that shit keep rolling. You a deadbeat great-grandfather, man. There's 3-4 generations out here out your balls, and you ain't got nothing to do with it. The shit done tarnished, fell off, and you had nothing to do with everything. You see what I'm saying?
It's a lot of brothers that ain't even seen their grandkids. It's a shame.
Man, listen. There's cats out here who ain't seen their grandkids, period. There's cats who ain't seen their grandkids in how long, man. They know who they is. It's just how it go. So that's what we need to take. That's what we want y'all to take away from this. That we need self-accountability, period, point blank, and that's going to increase the communication, that's going to increase the education, and that's going to increase rapport, and it's just how it's supposed to be. Just do that shit, man. You supposed to take care of your business, man. You can't call yourself no man, no nothing, if you ain't taking care of your business. And women, if you messing with a deadbeat dad and you laying down getting knocked up by him, what you think you about to be? You think all of a sudden he gonna just take care of his kids because he love you? He don't take care of like the other foe. So women need to hold that ass accountable as well. The whole village got to hold the whole village accountable.
And once again, I want to speak for the proud fathers that's actually raising their kids. They actually taking care of their kids. One
love.
I want to say this to the mothers that if you really want people to respect you, you know, when you have a child by a dad that's actually there and taking care of the child with you,
right.
They respect you and they showing you, look, I'm here to help. I'm gonna raise this child. You know what I'm saying? Just because he ain't with you don't mean you got to take him to child support and all that. When them kids is being raised by both parents, there's no need for child support.
Right. So don't use it as no weapon, ladies, women, ma.
And I'm asking you. I'm not saying like, you know, just trying to make you out to be just a bad woman. I'm asking you because,
please,
you know, God watches everything. You know, so and man, God, that's a whole nother subject.
Man, we got some of that for them too. That's coming up on the Infrastructure Show, the Righteous Hour. That's coming to you soon. Now, we going to go ahead and get the hell on gone. Y'all know how this go. Now, before we get the hell on gone, my man's the Cody SKEETO done spent this time here, man, giving us some insightful intellect, and we appreciate that. So out of appreciation for that and what he said and who he is and where he going and trying to do, we gonna go ahead and let him get some shouts out, man. Who you want to shout out, man? What you want to shout out, man? Go on, rep.
Well, I just want to, shout out to my kids and my mom and dad. You know what I'm saying?
What up?
I was raised right. You know what I'm saying? And everybody have situations. You know what I'm saying? But I was still raised right. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the reason why I'm able to speak on that level when it comes to raising kids. But man, I want to give a shout out to all the real fathers out there, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. And definitely a shout out to all the mothers that respect that their child is being taken care of, that father, and don't put them on child support. I got to give them a shout out for sure.
Go ahead, one love to the good mamas, to the good daddies. We see y'all. We ain't talking about y'all though, but we see y'all. We talking about y'all now because we giving y'all honor. Because we appreciate what you do every day. So we got that. Anything else, man, you want to shout your tag out, man? How they holler at you, man, if they feeling you?
Well, you can holler at me on my Gmail, you know what I'm saying? JFINLEY228@gmail.com or paradox.skeeto73@yahoo.com. This I'm
SKEETO, like on the bottom of the screen, y'all. Just look at the bottom of the screen. It's the same SKEETO, Paradox with the SKEETO.
That's right, CEO of Paradox Entertainment.
You dig? Man, we about to get that.
This for the streets. Don't let them reach the line, that's defeat. This for every soldier in the world to save, trying to eat. This for the street. Don't let them reach the line, that's defeat. Meet me at the P.L.U.G. for one searching to the beast. This for the street. Don't let them reach the line, that's defeat. This for every soldier in the world to save, trying to eat. This for the street. Don't let them reach the line, that's defeat. Meet me at the P.L.U.G. for one searching to the beast. It's OG. This is chess. Not checkers. See yourself in life because you suckers living reckless. This is chess. Not checkers. You're lackluster. You need some infrastructure. This is chess. Not checkers. Babies turn to bodies because you suckers living reckless. This is chess. Not checkers. You're lackluster. You need some infrastructure. Free the people from deception. Black Lives Matter, Kaepernick fixed election. Willie Lynch laws ran smooth, low detection. Sickle cell, diabetes, cancer, mass infections. Pastor on his knees at the altar for a blessing. Demons in the night waiting with a Smith & Wesson. How long can you ride? Slip, slide is the question. Stop by a cop on the block, get harassed. Found a couple grams, got a warrant for the stash. Time for election, so nobody gets a pass. Toss that plea bargain in the trash. I'll pass the greener pastures. Tailor suits, yeah, dog, my broad match. Chess. Not checkers. See yourself in life because you suckers living reckless. This is chess. Not checkers. You're lackluster. You need some infrastructure. This is chess. Not checkers. Babies turn to bodies because you suckers living reckless. This is chess. Not checkers. You're lackluster. You need some infrastructure.